Hi, Dr. Parker. It's Cindy. Just want to practice again a little bit more before tomorrow night. I've been able to read the book that Dr. Barber recommended, They Say, I Say, which has given me some ideas for frames. For example, to begin, I'm responding to the question about rationale for why and how in determining success of programs. Well, some say from the institutional perspective that a successful program may be one that comes in under budget. For example, Brimley, Verstegen, and Garfield, 2016. I agree with this. I think that programs should consider their budget. Not the only thing, but I can see that definitely being, especially if it's state funds like our program is, the program that I work for at Cape Fear Community College. Some say also, from the institutional perspective, that a successful program might be one that generates money for the college. Again, Brimley, Verstegen, and Garfield, 2016. I agree with this, but I should say also that the program that I'm coordinating is one that doesn't generate money for the college. So in that way, I would still like for programs such as mine and others like it to be considered if they are successful programs. And some say that a successful program from an institutional perspective may be one that feeds adequately prepared students into curricular programs. And that's from Pasquarella and Terenzini, 2005. I agree with this, but I think it should be extended further. I think that our ESL program should prepare students for the community college and beyond, but I think that for a lot of students that might not be their goal. Maybe that for some students they're being prepared for society, for the local culture, for the community, for jobs as well. And some say from institutional perspective that a favorable public for a successful program may be a favorable public in the media, publicity in the media, and responding to local businesses. This is from Cohen, Brar, and Kisker, 2014. For example, partnering, aligning special classes, and I agree with that. I think that programs should look at the local business needs and align their classes. I agree with that. And I think that now more than ever, because of WIOA, which is the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, I think that now more than ever that is a thing that needs to be looked at with the jobs. And I say that because WIOA is demanding that programs such as mine help students with employability skills so that they can enter the job market or move up in their current job, that kind of thing. And also, finally, some say from an institutional perspective that a successful program may be one that's highly ranked by credible or an accrediting agency such as SACS or TESOL. And this is from Cohen, Brar, and Kisker, 2014. And I agree with that. I think that, however, I say that with reservation because I used to feel, I've always used to believe that rankings were maybe more important than I now feel that they are from some things that I've studied in some of my past classes. I don't view the rankings as highly now. Okay, and so to apply that same idea with the frame from a student's perspective, some say that a social network connections could be one that demonstrates a successful program. That's from Pasquarella and Terenzini, 2005. And I agree with that, but I think that it should go further. I think that it's not just the social network. I would say the social connections are important, but also the academic. And I think that Vincent Tinto, would agree with me because he talks about both the social and academic integration for retention. Some say that from a student perspective, peer learning would demonstrate a successful program. And that's from Pasquarella and Terrancini, 2005. I agree with that, and also think that that should go further. I think that from my own perspective, as a student myself, I can see that peer learning has been one indicator of a successful program for me, or successful classes for me. And I can see that also in the ESL program that I coordinate. I see that peer learning is important, but I don't think it's the only thing. I think it's one component. Also, some say that developing confidence and self-efficacy could be one thing from a student perspective of a successful program. That's from Bandura, 1977, and Fullen, 2008. And I agree with this, but I also think it should go further. I think in my own program, I can see students that develop confidence and self-efficacy, and how far it can take them. And I can see that there could be students that perhaps their reading scores don't improve, or their listening scores don't improve, but their self-confidence improves, and that is what maybe in some cases helps students get jobs or keep jobs. I see it with myself in the program that I'm doing at UNCW as well, the development of self-confidence and self-efficacy. Also, some say, as a final thought with the student perspective, that fostering a sense of belonging may be an indicator of successful program, and I agree, but also once again, I feel like this should go a step further. This was from Gay, I think Geneva Gay, 2010, and that idea of fostering a sense of belonging, I really see this with our ESL students. I think that is one thing for them to feel like they belong in the classes, and that the classes are beneficial to them. And I see that with myself as well in the doc program. But I feel like it's a combination of all those things. It's not just one of the things, but all of those things together that demonstrate a successful program. All right, so to put it all together, Wayne Community College, I think, has a successful program, and I base this on looking at the data. So if we look at the data from the North Carolina Community College data dashboard of the percentage of basic skills students completing a level in 2014, and there's 58 community colleges altogether, Wayne was one that served over 600 students and had more than 67% of the basic skills students complete a level. And so when we're talking about coming in under budget, or, for example, generating money for the college, each level gain is bringing in money for the college. Although if it's a grant-funded program such as Wayne's and the one that I coordinate, they're not fully generating money. It's like money is coming in. It's like kind of offsetting the expenses. But as far as whenever there's level gains, and when students are achieving in the sense of getting a GED or an adult high school diploma, they're gaining money for the program and essentially for the college. They're also preparing the students for the curriculum programs when students are moving up within ESL and moving into the GED, getting their GED or getting their adult high school diploma. They're also responding to the local businesses. We may not see that like exactly from the data, but because of WIOA, they're trying to, as I mentioned earlier, prepare students with employability skills. And as far as being ranked, now this data is not being ranked by an accrediting agency, for example, although the school itself falls under SACS. But it's, I would say, highly ranked in the sense of looking at all of the community colleges with that particular data. they're right there at the top. Okay, and so in putting it together from the student perspective, in looking at a program called English Language in the Lakes, NAB Cottage, if we look at what students had to say about that program, which is a program in Ambleside, which is about 2 hours north of Manchester in England, it was reviewed and recommended by students for both the program itself and the value for the price. And so in regard to the literature and thinking about the social network connections, there's lots of opportunities for students to develop social network connections there because students are coming from a variety of countries and they're staying for a variety of periods of time. They're also doing activities inside and outside of class, and lots of opportunities to practice English. Everything is totally in English. And as far as peer learning, there's lots of opportunities for that. There are some multi-level groups, some large groups, and small groups within the program. And as far as developing confidence and self-efficacy, I see that in that program as well, that there's opportunity for that, and as I mentioned, both within and without side of class, and some of the activities, some of the arts things, and variety of things can lead to that developing of confidence as well. And the last is fostering a sense of belonging, and I think being in nature, because it's in a rural area, and being where everybody is speaking in English and coming together as kind of a family and a learning community, I see that occurring there as well.